Hello, hello, I'm the official name raider. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at 60 plus good ground type nicknames, dark type nicknames, crocodile nicknames, and 50 plus best nicknames along with other things. And I'm willing to bet, what's 60 plus 60? That's 120 plus 50, that's 170. I'm willing to bet that about 165 of them are all trash. So let's see what the best of the internet has to offer today. Krookodile, Sandile, Krokorok. I don't remember if we've seen Gatorade before. I feel like if we have, it was for alligator, and I feel like it would fit for alligator better because at least that's a water type, and Gatorade kind of makes more sense with that joke. Do I support it as a nickname? Yeah, it's totally fine. I just think maybe put it on the water guy and not the guy who's weak to water. Toph, we've seen dozens of times before. You can go ahead and throw it onto whatever ground type you want. There's nothing in particular that I feel Toph fits best, so be as liberal as you want to or with it. K. Rool, I kind of expected this. I'm pretty sure we might have also seen this one for alligator, so in case you haven't taken the hit, if you still need help with nicknames after this episode, maybe look at for alligator. I'm fine with it as a nickname. The only thing is I feel like it's a little too obvious, so that's a thing that strays me away from it. I think I went with Kremling as an alternative as well, so if you wanted to do that. So Kremling, K. Rool, those are both fine, but I don't know, to me it just feels like it's too on the nose. It's the kind of thing that's too obvious, so I don't have a problem with it. I just don't use it for that reason. I'm only going to acknowledge Dundee because I know I'll see it again later in the future and all that. So Crocodile Dundee, Crocodile Dundee. Do you get the joke? Cool, let's move on. Crocomire. I actually do remember seeing this one before, and I think this was the one I settled with, so I was like, yeah, I guess of all those, this one would fit best. I'm Metroid junkie, so yeah. Do I think it's the best choice for him? I mean, not entirely, because Crocomire is a very funny-shaped boy, but I like the idea of it, so I support Crocomire. We'll go ahead and go over these two together. I don't remember. I think we might have even actually seen this for Mantine. But yeah, Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter, Crikey. Do you remember that? Yeah, we remember that. How long has he been dead? 15 years? He's been dead a while. Regardless, old jokes. He did a thing. Moving on. If you're going to use Steve Irwin. It'll fit. I almost went away from this one, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's Sonic. So Vector's the little crocodile boy from the Sonic games, if you want to do that. That's also fine. I don't believe we saw that for alligator, actually, so we got something different on this one. Critter also technically was a alternative. The Donkey Kong games are a little weird, where like they all have the same names and different names at the same time. So Critter was a Kremling enemy thingy club. Regardless, that's fine if you want to do a different version of Donkey Kong Country as well. I can't wait. I don't know if I'm excited for the point where we no longer have to stumble across this dumbass's posts anymore, or if I'm gonna miss him when we get to like Gen 6 and 7 and there is nobody to rip on because the videos will be a little bit less empty. So I guess we'll enjoy the torture for the moment that we have it, because oh boy, we got some ones today. So Jawsome, he's suggested this many times before. Jaw and awesome, blah blah blah. It's nothing special. I don't care. I'm bored of it. Fangagata, which is fangs and alligator. Okay, definitely wouldn't have gotten that at all. Whatever. Bandit Bandito, he does a lot of this thing where he's like, but look, it's wearing a mask. Yes, okay, that's its eyeballs. He didn't ask for this life. He's just born that way. Bandit, I'm half and half with, because if I'm honest, I think about the bandits from the Mario series, and I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool idea, but it's also kind of a basic ass name, so I don't know. I certainly don't care for it as an idea on Crocodile. Quake, generic ground type nickname. We've seen this thousands of times before. Nothing to say about. Zoro, he's going on the mask shit. I did see Zoro elsewhere and I didn't get it, but whatever. Wallabite, which sounds fucking Australian, but outside of that, I don't care for as a nickname. Rip Jaws, he's already used before. We've seen that before. It wasn't exactly interesting then, still not. Jaws is shit. Jollygator is fucking dumb as shit. Termigator, which I don't know if he meant this. Fitting if your has Moxie. Like, I'm assuming he's trying to make a joke off of Terminator, so I'm like, okay, there's at least like a joke there, so like I'm half and half on it. It's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. Chomper, Fang, boring, dumb as shit. Crooks, boring, dumb as shit. Terminator was the only thing that was like a quarter of the way decent. As for everything else, is just your typical cringe from this dumbass. Okay, we've reached the bottom. I will tell you straight up that Kremling or K. Rool was a very popular choice, and so I was right in this case. There's a lot of times where I think to myself like, oh, this is too obvious, I'm not going to do it, and it ends up being not true. Now, there was one other idea I had that I considered that I expected to be too obvious and on the nose, but haven't seen yet. Let's check the spreadsheet and see if it's on there. I doubt it. I'm staring at Krokorok here and I'm thinking, because I'm pretty sure this spreadsheet was made and submitted in 2016. And that whole The Rock John Cena thing was like, what, 2014? So I don't know why people are still talking about it. You made a very bad joke, and I understand your terrible joke, but I don't understand why you made a joke to something from years ago as if it was still relevant and funny. So anyway, nothing on here. And my other idea was just Mr. Vile, Banjo-Kazooie. And I feel like with a name like that, it does kind of fit the dark type nature as well, along with being a little crocodile boy. I guess another idea, if you wanted to, Bubble Goop could work. Just if you want to do something different. I never thought about that until now. But I don't know if it's the best choice as a name for a ground croco Pokemon. So maybe not, but just an idea. Anyway, the comment suggestions, which I forgot until I checked the spreadsheet, were basically just referencing shit we've already seen. King K. Rool, Kremling. Crunch was at least different. That was Diddy Kong Racing, but also still in the whole Kremling line. I've never heard of Gustav. I don't know who that is. And then Crocodile Dundee, which we've already talked about. So, according to my list, Crocomire is not my personal choice, but on the other names that weren't shit list. So, I guess Crocomire will probably be the one I end up siding with anyway, just because it's the one I like best. Crocomire is pretty cool. Pretty random boss, dies a very gruesome death, and definitely leaves an emotional impact on you and terrifies the shit out of you. I like it. In other words, it was an okay episode, I think. You can help add to it and tell us what you think and would submit and would like and write comments about Krookodile. That is not the best name for a Pokemon, I'm sorry. It was kind of lazy. Tell us what you've used, tell us what you like. Thumbs up to those comments. Never smile at a crocodile.